Another major story this morning, tensions exploding in Southern California, where protesters block the arrival of buses carrying undocumented immigrants. NBC's Miguel Almaguer has the latest. Miguel, good morning.
Tamron, good morning. This is where the undocumented immigrants ended up, 75 miles away from their original location. Busloads of children and their parents turned away from a community that would not let them in.
They first arrived in San Diego by plane from overcrowded facilities in Texas. 140 undocumented immigrants, many just babies and toddlers with their mothers, boarding buses for Murrieta, California. There, they were greeted by angry protesters. Furious, the families from Central America would be processed and released from a holding facility here.
They're not born here. And they could go back to Mexico.
Confrontations with immigration advocates turned heated. With roads blocked, police stood by as 3 busloads of young families were turned away because of fears for their safety.
Thousands of people are being allowed into our country illegally, and we're coming out here to voice our objection against that.
It's a sad sight. It's heartbreaking to see this happening coming from the land of opportunity.
The buses returned to San Diego.
Thank you, Obama. Thank you.
The families instead brought to this border facility to be screened for criminal history and health problems. Those who have made this trip say this is the easy part. For many, the life-or-death journey across the desert is worth the risk. Desperate to escape violence and poverty in El Salvador, Cecilia made the dangerous trip with her 2 children. We know the risk, she says, but in my country, my kids are in great danger because of crime and poverty.
Immigration advocates say that story is a common one here because those 140 undocumented immigrants were in danger. ICE officials will not confirm their location or where they will go next. Tamron.
All right, Miguel Almaguer, thank you very much, Miguel.
It's, as so many issues in this country do, it's going to boil down to politics. And wherever you stand on the issue, one side or the other, I'm not going to weigh in on that. It's hard to see those images of moms and their kids in that situation. Yes. We want you to weigh in on this. Share your comments using the hashtag Refugee Riders.
Back now at 7:49. Earlier, we asked you to weigh in on a tense situation playing out in California. Angry protesters blocking buses carrying migrant families to a processing center in California. Carson's in the Orange Room with the results to that question. Carson.
That's right, Tamron. Our hashtag Refugee Riders was trending in the United States within minutes. Let's get right to some of your responses. Tom writes in, these refugees are escaping a nightmare. So disheartening that some Americans want to inhumanely push them back into it. John adds in, America's a country of immigrants, but allowing continuous amnesty is a slippery slope. And one more coming in on Twitter from Maria, who writes, regardless of review on immigration, it's hard to see mothers and children go through that. This conversation is a big one right now. Keep your thoughts coming. Hashtag Refugee Riders, and we'll keep taking an eye on it right here in the Orange Room. Back to you guys.
All right, Carson, thank you.
Thank you.